Tonight's global brief: clear, concise, and ahead of the curve. From markets to climate and tech, we scan reliable sources so you don't have to. Your world, briefing ready.
Hello and welcome to World News. I'm Eve, your anchor in our global newsroom. In the next minutes, we'll bring you verified headlines from geopolitics, business, and technology, with clear context and concise takeaways. You'll learn what happened, why it matters, and what to watch next, without noise or speculation. Stay with us as we start at the desk with today's top stories, then zoom in on the trends shaping tomorrow. Let's begin.
Today, we're diving into a story that sits right at this incredible intersection of global technology, geopolitical conflict, and the deeply personal journey of one single person. This is the story of Avinatan Or.
It all starts with these four simple but incredibly powerful words from Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA. Now, this wasn't some message to an investor or a business partner. Nope, this was a message to one of his own engineers.
And that really gets to the heart of what we're looking at today. Beyond the headlines, what does it truly mean to come home after something like that? What's the human story here?
To even begin to understand his return, we have to go all the way back to the beginning, to who Avinatan Or was before his life was just completely and irrevocably changed.
Okay, so who was he? Avinatan Or, 32 years old, an electrical engineer working at the absolute cutting edge of artificial intelligence for the chip giant NVIDIA in Israel. He was, for all intents and purposes, part of the global engine driving innovation.
But then, on October 7th, 2023, his whole world just collided with this brutal reality. He was at the Nova Music Festival with his girlfriend, Noah Argamani, when they were abducted by Hamas, along with more than 250 other people. And that image of Noah's desperate cries from the back of a motorcycle, it became one of the most haunting symbols of that entire day.
So, this timeline, wow. It really helps you grasp the sheer scale of this ordeal. He's taken in October 2023. His girlfriend, Noah, is rescued in June of 2024. That's after 246 agonizing days. But Avinatan's captivity just keeps going, all the way until October 13th, 2025, a staggering 738 days later.
So what on earth happened during those 738 days? Well, the few details that have started to come out paint an absolutely harrowing picture of what he had to endure.
Just let that number sink in for a second. 738 days. That's more than 2 full years. It's a span of time that is almost impossible for most of us to truly comprehend, spent completely and totally cut off from the world. And then there was the brutal physical toll. The first medical reports revealed he was starved, losing up to 40% of his body weight. The physical cost of his captivity was just immense.
But beyond the purely physical, there's the psychological torment. He was reportedly held in complete isolation. No contact with the outside world, not even with any of the other hostages. It's a state of existence that is truly unimaginable. But here's the thing, while Avinatan was completely isolated, he was definitely not forgotten. In fact, his story resonated so deeply within his professional community back at NVIDIA.
And there's this one line from the CEO's letter that it tells you everything you need to know about that support. Night after night, NVIDIA employees had stood in a vigil with Ursula's mother, Ditsa. This wasn't some formal corporate press release, this was a deeply personal, communal act of solidarity.
And this all makes a lot more sense when you really understand NVIDIA's deep roots in Israel. The company has a huge presence there, in the tech hub of Yokneam. And during the 2-year war, literally thousands of its local employees served in the military. So for the entire team there, this conflict was incredibly personal.
Which of course brings us to the emotional peak of this story, his release and the moment of his return.
So after 738 days, freedom finally came. It wasn't through a rescue operation, but it was the result of a very high-stakes, U.S. broker deal that was designed to bring the entire 2-year war to an end. Avinatan Or was finally coming home.
And this is the message from his CEO that was waiting for him, promising the company's full support for the long road ahead. And that crucial point wasn't just about welcoming him back. It was that commitment to the next chapter of healing. So important. But Evanethan's return doesn't just erase all the pain. In a way, it actually highlights the deep and lasting scars that were left on his entire community. In his letter, Jensen Huang really made a point to acknowledge this wider suffering. He recognized that, yeah, one of their own was returning, but so many others in the extended NVIDIA family were still grieving their own profound losses from the conflict.
And what's really crucial here is that the CEO specified that this pain crossed all lines within their diverse workforce in Israel. He made a point to note the immense losses felt by Jewish, Druze, and Arab families alike. This was a tragedy that really truly touched everyone.
So the story of Avanathanor leaves us with this massive question for our globalized world. When your employees get caught in the crossfire of conflict, what is a company's real role? Is it just to offer support, to advocate, or is it something more? There are definitely no easy answers.
That's your briefing from World News. I'm Eve. Before we go, a quick recap. Key decisions in policy and markets, signals from tech and security, and the human angles behind the numbers. For more depth and verified updates, follow my channel World News Eve and enable notifications. We'll be back soon at this desk with clear facts and practical context you can use. Until then, stay informed and stay kind. Like my video, leave your comments, and help me bring news to everyone. From me to all of us, be happy.